All right, ladies and gentlemen, up next is a really interesting fireside chat discussing smashing the growth ceiling on the marketplace with Upriver. And for this chat, may I now invite founder and CEO Upriver, Mr. Baqar Naqvi. With your love and warm applause, please, let's welcome Mr. Naqvi. He's a seasoned retail professional with over 23 years of rich experience in brick and mortar and online retail strategy and operations, having worked in the leadership roles in consumer and retail-focused consulting firms, as well as managing 300 crores plus fashion brand as CEO. Warm welcome, Mr. Naqvi. And we would also have, ooh, sound effect. And we would also have for this session, founder and COO Upriver, Mr. Mohit Jain. Let's welcome him. Right. For more than 12 years, he has advised companies on mergers and acquisitions and private equity transactions with a special focus on fashion and e-commerce. And for this fireside chat, I would now love to invite the moderator of this session, Deputy Editor, Franchisee India, Miss Charu Lamba. Let's give her a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, where did the applause go? Thank you.
Hi. Hi. Hello. I can't hear you. Hi. You guys just had your food. Where's the energy? Hi. Oh, that's wonderful. So we are here to discuss on a very wonderful topic, which is smashing the ceiling on the marketplaces. So, Baqar, I want to know, see, you know that the D2c brands which have been there, which have entered the industry recently in the past few years, they have been growing at a very fast pace. And now they are growing ahead and building their presence on the marketplaces. So the biggest challenge that they face is to scale their revenues over there. So first of all, tell me something about Upriver, what Upriver does, how they help the brands to grow their brands on the marketplaces, and apart from that, what are the strategic initiatives that the brands can take to scale up their revenues?
So good afternoon, guys. This is Baqar. 3 years back, when we were starting Upriver, we looked at how the market is in terms of the ecosystem and the seller enablement ecosystem, so to say. We found that there were companies who were coming from a pure technical background, who knew the algorithms and how Google works and stuff, and there were companies who were coming from a purely creative sense. They were coming from larger advertising agencies and coming now into expanding into the e-commerce marketplace and advertising management. There was really nobody who was from a confluence of all and who also knew holistic brand building. So that's where we exactly stand, at the confluence of brand building, technology, and creativity. And that's what our USP is. We use a lot of technology. All of us come at the senior level, come at Upriver, come from a brand building experience across channels. So we bring a holistic understanding of how do you build a brand on the online channel. The channel that we have chosen to be is online, which includes both D2C as well as marketplaces. So that's what we do. Coming to, what was your second question, ma'am? Sorry, I kind of missed it.
So yeah, my second question was for the strategic initiatives that the brands can take to scale their revenues on the marketplaces. Because they know how to build their brands on their own websites, but when it comes to marketplaces, they might face some difficulties to scale their revenues over there.
Absolutely. So there are 4 strategic initiatives that I talk about today. There are multiple more initiatives, but I think these 4 are very important both for people who are right now starting off in the e-commerce sector, as well as for those who are established players and now want to, as the topic is, smash the sales ceiling on the marketplaces or the D2C. The first initiative is really about the category. A lot of people come to us and ask us what category they should be into, or they are already in a certain category, but they're not able to scale up their business in that category. So my first suggestion is to not just jump into any category because you think you can do it. Do a detailed research. Understand what core skills you bring for selling that category. I don't think the market is now in a condition that anybody will sell. It's already, Amazon, for example, has more than 12.5 lakh sellers, and only 6 to 7% sellers are able to sell. The rest 93% are really dominant sellers. So choose your category. If you are to choose a category, look at categories where there are already a lot of sellers, but the number of branded sellers are less. What it means is that the category is already selling, and two, that once you start building on that category, the competition in terms of between multiple players will not be as much, because there are unbranded players. In categories where there are more brands, the branded competition is fairly high, so you get into a bidding war. So choose categories where there are many sellers but not too many brands. To understand the dynamics of the category, still there are lots and lots of people who start selling category without even understanding the unit dynamics. What is it that they will have to spend in terms of marketing, sales, and so on. So choose a category wisely. Two, it's very important to, even before you start selling, or even now if you are selling, even before you start scaling up to the second level, it is extremely, extremely important that the supply chain is completely defined and set. If you start selling without a stable, reliable, scalable supply chain, in most cases, you will have a negative effect, because your dispatch rates will be late, your cancellation rates will be high, and most marketplace algorithms will push you back. So please have a very reliable and dependent, scalable category. Also, what I see in a lot of sellers is that initially the quality is good, but when the scale up happens, the quality goes down the drain. Nobody cares about the quality, and that's the end of the business. It might be easy in certain categories to scale up your business, but to sustainably grow is a difficult task. So set up your supply chain before you scale. My third point on this is about value delivery. This seems to be a joke to me today. Everybody who comes to us says that they are creating a premium brand. I haven't yet seen somebody who say, I want to create a mass scale brand. Everybody wants to be premium. But premium is only a packaging for most people. Half of the products are Me Too products. They don't care about what ingredients go into it. People don't care about how they are differentiated. It's only a differentiated packaging, different name. Forget it. You won't sell. As I said in my earlier session also today, Me Too products find it very difficult. If you are in Me Too, you have to be the cheapest, you have to be the fastest, you have to be all the Ests, because there's nothing else that you offer. Everybody else is offering the same. So understand the price versus value versus quality equation, and set it right before you look at the scalability. Otherwise, scalability will create problems. We have had sellers, incubated sellers, funded sellers with more than 100 crores fundings, but once we start selling them, accelerating their sales, what we find is that the customer reviews and ratings, negative customer reviews and ratings started becoming so bad that we had to stop. The product has to be right. Marketing can only take product to that bit. If your product is not right, sorry, nobody can do anything. The fourth point is about algorithmic alignment. Each marketplace works on different kinds of algorithms. A Flipkart works on a different algorithm, a Nykaa works on a different algorithm, Amazon works on a A10, which is a completely different algorithm. Understand your marketplace first. What is the key to success on each marketplace? Some marketplaces look at freshness, some look at cheapest products first, and so on. Look at the marketplace, look at the category, understand how the algorithm works, and try to align your product, or at least the key attributes, to the marketplace algorithm. I think those are the 4 points which are very, very important for any seller to know before they look at scaling up. And if you do not do this, your sales will kind of hit a ceiling and you'll not be able to grow beyond. Set up these 4 points and you will smash the sales ceiling.
So these are the wonderful 4 points that you have told about these are the strategic initiatives to be in a broader sense, right? But there are few things which the brands need to keep in mind for their day-to-day operations to ensure that their revenue keeps on growing. So Mohit, if you can take us through all the points that you should have in your mind and how can they grow their revenue while making sure that the day-to-day operations are going smoothly?
See, it is all about basics. We have had multiple sessions here where we are talking about next day delivery or same day delivery. And it is the same about marketplaces. Research tells us, किसी ने थोड़े दिन पहले research की कि what is the first quality or what is your purchase decision dependent on. आजकल के customers want instant gratification. They want delivery now. तो अभी नहीं कर सकते, it is not same day, maybe next day. Amazon right now covers 80% plus pin codes in next day delivery. Make sure you're on top of it. कैसे होगा? Amazon tells you to put in your FBA, Flipkart tells you to put in their warehouses. There are so many logistics companies which help you deliver next day or same day. So ensure the delivery promises top notch. आप 5 दिन बाद deliver नहीं कर सकते. You cannot sell. The person will not accept. There will be returns. There will be everything. The time is of instant gratification. Next point is again about the basics. Very basic things, and unfortunately we encounter big brands day in and day out who get their basics wrong. Time ही नहीं लगाया basics में. Marketplaces are telling you to upload videos so that people can see your product live in motion. Marketplaces are telling you to have a A+ content or to have enhanced content, good pictures where you are doing your USP and everything. Unfortunately, we do not get the basics right. And this is recipe for disaster. Gone are the days जब आप सोचोगे कि listing कर दी and it will start selling. Amazon, Flipkart, they are highly competitive, highly competitive. आपके नीचे 10 players और लगे हुए हैं who are trying to offer a better value, who are trying to disrupt. You cannot be a legacy brand and just say tight कि मैं तो MDH हूँ, मैं तो बिकूंगा ही. Even an MDH cannot sell if the listing quality is poor.
This is also true for D2C. If you look at your own website, I think the first and the most important thing is how your listing is, because that's the only interaction or exchange of information that you are having with your shopper. If your listing quality is bad, if you're not putting videos, if you're not putting visual content, and people are over and more moving towards video and visual content rather than textual content. आप लिख रहे हो, who cares about reading it? People need to see products, people need to see videos, people need to see a lot of usage videos. As much as you can do a good listing, your products will sell more and more.
So these are the points that you guys have.
We have some more.
Okay, please.
So, next point, as Indians, we do not do much advertising. अपना product market ही नहीं करते हैं. When brands come to us to build their P&L on a marketplace, the last thing they think is of investment in marketing. Again, gone are the days जब आप list करके अपना product बेच सकते थे. Right now, each and every marketplace is highly competitive. Highly competitive. There are D2C brands who are just burning money to acquire customers. If as a legacy brand also, you cannot just sit back and say, I will sell only on brand. You have to do marketing, otherwise it's a sure shot recipe of losing your customer. Even, see, a typical example I tell you, brands come to us and say, we will not bid on our branded keywords. क्योंकि कोई मेरा brand ही ढूंढ रहा है. So I will not bid on it, वो तो मेरा brand ही लेने आया है. And that is again failure. You are giving somebody else or your competitor a chance to bid on your branded keyword and take the position which your brand should be taking. आपका customer आपको ढूंढने आया है, but given a chance उसने दूसरा देख लिया, you have lost. So don't, even for that matter, bid on your branded keywords also, invest in marketing, build a P&L with due regards to marketing investment on marketplaces.
To that extent, when you're doing your unit economics, please build in a marketing budget, because otherwise you'll fight ki, how do I spend, because I don't have those budgets. Build in a marketing budget.
Last point is use technology as far as possible. D2C or tech companies ने इतनी अच्छी technology बना ली है. We have had logistics partners, ERP partners, advertisement partners. Everywhere there's use of technology, and believe me, start from day one. आप ये मत सोचो brand build होगा then I will have technology, क्योंकि उस दिन you will have 100 problems to take care of. तभी आप technology के implementation के लिए it will be a disaster, क्योंकि already you are processing 1,000 orders, 2,000 orders per day. and then you have to stop that manual process, bring in technology. So our advice is use technology as far as possible, and it's not expensive. We have so many tech tools which are very cheap, freemium tools. Use them to the best possible advantage. Day one, when you're just thinking everything, use the best possible tools that are available in the market.
And even if you don't want to spend, most tools have a basic version free. Start checking out on these tools. You will find value, and if you do find value, then you can upgrade to the premium versions which are paid.
That's wonderful. So you have told us about how brands can follow their strategic initiatives and the day-to-day operations, how can they resolve to scale their revenues. But one thing, should they take in help of an agency like you to do all these things, or can they do it on their own? What is the differentiator that brands like you or the agencies like you bring on the table?
So I'll be doing some self-publicity now. So it's, when you do it on your own, it's like you can do self-medication if you have a headache or a stomachache, or you can go to a doctor, or doctor will obviously charge you and give you a medicine, you can be better faster. So when people come to us, today, as Mohit was saying, there's so many things that you need to take care of when you are on D2C or on marketplaces. And each of these are now skill sets in their individual capacity. It's not that एक बंदे को रख लिया वो सब कुछ काम कर देगा, वो listing भी कर देगा, because he might not even have those skills to understand how the market algorithm works. He might not even understand what different kinds of advertisings can be done. As an agency, within the cost of almost a single person, we provide you multiple skill sets. Second, within the same cost, we provide you the most expensive tech tools. Today, we use more than 15 tools across D2C and marketplaces for multiple functions, right from listing to how to catalog. Our entire advertising is AI-driven. So each of these tools independently cost a few lakh rupees a month. As an individual startup, it's very difficult to spend a few lakhs on technology. We, as an agency, provide that as a tool free of cost within the services that we provide. So I think that's that. We work with more than 125 brands across categories, across sizes, and we understand what works in the market and what is not. At what stage of evolution will something work, and at what stage it won't. Mohit, you want to add something?
So I was just coming to the topic of tools. See, tools available हैं, but हिंदुस्तान में चलाएगा कौन? Unfortunately, self-serve tools which are developed in the US, India में इतने लोग अभी trained नहीं हुए, manpower is not trained, who will adopt the tools and use it to their full advantage. तो सबसे बड़ी problem है, tools तो मिल जाएंगे, उनको चलाएगा कौन? Do we keep a separate person to manage those tools? कुछ टाइम पहले SAP आया था, SAP को manage करने के लिए भी team चाहिए. तो manage कौन करेगा? Tools तो मिल जाएंगे. Here's where our people come in who are already trained on those tools. तो आपको एक ही बजट में स्पेशलिस्ट भी मिल गए, टूल चलाने वाले भी मिल गए.
So थोड़ी सी ज़्यादा पब्लिसिटी. फरारी खरीद लोगे आप, शूमाकर हमें.
Okay, that's a nice example. So one more thing, we have seen that brands coming in, then from their own e-commerce, their own websites, they are going to marketplaces, they are going to offline. There are other technologies, I'm sure, which are going to revolutionize the e-commerce space going ahead. So which are the technologies you think are going to revolutionize the e-commerce space, and where D2C brands should have a presence, and why?
See, there are multiple technologies, and we have a whole article on our website on this. But I think for the paucity of time, I'll talk about two technologies. I think in the immediate future, live commerce is going to change e-commerce in a big way. And the few technology partners I can see in the exhibition that we have outside. So live commerce will be a big change factor, where people will have influencers selling products live on their website. Amazon is also doing some integrations where live commerce can be integrated. Two, from a little longer term perspective, bigger brands have already started working on metaverse, but metaverse will also affect e-commerce. Again, Amazon being a leader has already started virtual rooms. So metaverse will change the entire user or shopper engagement in a big way, and will change the technology platform for many. Already the larger players, the Nikes and the others of the world, have started building their thing on the metaverse. Today it is more in the building stage. But I think 3 years from now, metaverse would be as good as WhatsApp. So instead of writing somebody a message on WhatsApp, we'll say, okay, we'll meet in metaverse. And I think that will also be the future of commerce. So, and that's where brands are now selling virtual clothing online. They're selling NFTs for virtual clothing. So if I call you, Charu, let's meet up in the at a virtual barista, what do I wear? Because it's my virtual avatar. So I can buy a Gucci bag or I can wear whatever clothing, and I buy those clothing offline. Right now, it is more in the virtual transaction space. Very soon, you will see metaverse getting into physical transactions where people will very seamlessly kind of switch between physical world and metaverse and transact also online.
So it seems the future of T2c brands is going to be like very bright because there are more avenues opening up. And with service providers like Upriver, I mean, they are going to have a great future going ahead, and consumers will be spoiled for choices, I'm sure. So thank you.
Thank you. If there are any questions, happy to answer.
Yeah. Any questions, please?
So if there are no questions, we can end the session.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.